Hey guys, what's up? I am here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Tower of God, which is on episode 10. Now, this episode right here was actually pretty good. I mean, not too bad. There were a lot of things caught up with a couple characters here and there, but a lot of possible revelations or some of the stuff that we could consider that could be out of the norm. So, if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that the episode has its first open has some of its opening scenes where where we see whatchamacallit, Rock having to go visit Kun or something, but eventually we get to see how Rock turned very small. He was big, but he turned small, all because of whatchamacallit, his about him, Yu Sun Sung or something. Eventually, Kun remembers of how he planned out his tactics here and there, but apparently one of the people who apparently was talking to Kun, which is the girl in the red hair, her name is Hua Yun or something. Apparently, we get to know that she ends up giving Kun some information here and there about Ho himself, But eventually, we also get to know some other stuff what's been going on lately as well. When Kun decides to go sniff around. Well, when I mean by sniffing around, he wants to go check what went wrong eventually, But aside from that, we have to it that Rock was gonna go talk to Black Turtle, or should I say Bomb? But we also get to see Bomb decides to visit Rock and Kun and decides to ask them for help. Rachel's injuries to a point where she's in a wheelchair and she can't walk anymore, which really sucks, man. I mean, having a stab wound in the back, oh man. I mean, that's gotta suck, especially for Rahel or Rachel. But whatever the case may be, Bomb asks Kun and Rock for some help, to help them climb the tower here and there, etc. Of course, Kun, on the other hand, knows that he hasn't changed a bit, etc. But aside from that, we also see the Princess of Jihad. Her name is Yuri, of course. It's been a long time since we even see her, and I don't really care much about her since she's just trying to climb the tower and meet up with the examinees of the results. But aside from that, we get to see as the episode continues on in his own situation, that everyone decides to attend the funeral of Ho himself. I mean, Bomb still a good guy in his good heart, but guess he just wants everyone to attend his funeral, give him a proper send off, and there's a lot of people that decide to attend his funeral despite what he did. Anak Jihad, and Dorshi, Lil Ro, and Laure, Hats, etc. They all came to say their proper farewells, And eventually we get to see a scene with Bomb having to talk to Rachel. Rachel finally confessed that Bomb was kind of in the way and annoying. That's the reason why she abandoned him. She wants to see the stars so badly in her own selfish way. So she even cries in tears knowing that what she did was wrong. Whether if it was an act or whether to get Bomb to help her out is really unknown. But whatever the case may be, I think it's genuine and really hope it's not really what I think it is. But the fact that it's shown that she did say that she abandoned Bomb and that, she's not the same Rachel that you love, And she even tells Bomb, you're the only one, you have the right to abandon me too after what I've done to you. Bomb, on the other hand, says otherwise, that I have made a lot of friends, but you of all people is the first person that gave me my light and got me out of a dark world. There's no way that no one could replace you on that, You're the only one whoever reached out for me and helped me out despite what you did. That's why I want to help you out, Eventually, Rachel gives her apology very badly and hugs him back after he hugs her, And it really sucks for Rachel, I mean, I understand she wants to see the stars in her own selfish way in a certain sense and abandon Bomb, and maybe this is karma of what she did, etc. But as long as she has those genuine kinds of feelings of telling Bomb the truth or something, at least that's the real thing. Whether if it's an act or or if it's real or not, that's something that's still questionable. But whatever the case may be, we get to know that one of the Black Cats, or one of the participants for the climbing the tower. We have to it that she decides to leave. I mean, like Shibisu on the other hand says, "You sure you don't want to say goodbye like this? You sure you don't want to say goodbye in a proper manner?" Eventually, she gives her words to Shibisu, saying that my life's been full of regrets, and maybe I'll find myself the reason why I survived, or so, and look into it. Eventually, she decides to give Shibisu one last gift and decides to say, "Don't die on me, okay?" He goes like, "Yeah, you got it. Good luck, whatever you're trying to find, Eventually, we also get to see with Kun having to go visit Lero Ro and etc. But that scene is to be shown for another time because we get to see one of our characters, Yu Han Sung, ends up talking to Lopo Bia Ren. We get to know that Lopo Bia Ren apparently is is on a mission to try to grab the Black March or something and get the Green April and kill Janak Jihad after Han Sung decide to decide to talk to the Royal Enforcement Division number 67 Lopo Bia Rin. Eventually they have a little small sparring lesson where Lopo, or the little sheep guy looking like sheep guy, summons a fish to attack Hung Sung, but apparently Hung Sung was known to be a deep sea fish Evan Kill's floor. He ends up killing his fish with his fish, but we have to it that he's actually really excited to actually fight someone like him. But apparently Hung Sung says he has no intention of fighting one of Jihad's rankers, so pretty much he knows that his mission is to recover the Black March and Green April and eliminate Janak Jihad, which is really messed up. But we have to it that he tells the guy Lopo whatsoever. I'll call him Lopo because it'll be an easier name to remember and pretty much easy to get out of the way. But he ends up telling Lopo to make a deal with him. If you want to do that, then we have a place in this that we determine if an individual harm the tower, will eliminate right away. I'll be the one to do so. Once you finish your call, let your boss know, and then come join me for a room of coffee, And Hung Sung ends up seems excited here and there, but Laurel ends up having to speak to him for a bit of what's going on, And we have to it that Kun himself decides to talk to Laurel, saying Ho was given this note before we were split into teams for the tag test, which means this trap has been set up by somebody who knew of Rachel and Ho. So if anything else, I really hope you could give me the deal what's going on here, especially when Kun was talking to Lero Ro, I mean, Lero Ro. Pretty much Kun knew something was going on, so it wasn't really him that gave out the note. Well, we don't really know, but whatever the case may be, whatever the case may be, I'll continue that scene further on, but let's get to the results apparently. It's about those who announce the names of those who passed the position selection test, such as the Fisherman, Endorshi, and Anak passed it, along with Dede Concho, and Balarog, and Rock. And we have Pericle also pass along with Alex Ray. And since Ghost is not available right now, he fails the test. And Rock tries to explain that he just disappeared right off the bat. And the Ghost is the guy who dresses in that crazy armor and has a demon face-like mask or something, whatever the case may be. But the scouts who passed is Shibisu, Hats, and Nare. And wave controllers is Bomb, Lare, and light bearers is Kun, Michelle Light, but unfortunately, due to Michelle's injuries, she fails the test. One of the contestants are not very happy with the results here and there, and we have to it that Lero Ro, if you're unsatisfied, come forward. If you could pass this test, which I don't know what Han Sung did, but all I know is it involves this guy having been blind and he can't really see and etc. And we see too that Kun, on the other hand, is not satisfied with the results either because Michelle Light's not allowed to participate in the final test. And we get to see Kun decides to tell Yoru one last advice in a certain way that the road ahead is going to be rough, so be prepared, But we also see to it that Kun explains about a rule applying to administrators and he doesn't like the idea. And We get to see that literal Ro gives an information to Kun about long ago a king of Jahad took the administrator's grueling test and was recognized as a ruler of the tower. And apparently because the administrators are currently running the test, all tests and rules can be changed by according to the administrator's will. So pretty much Kun says let me take the administrator's test. So if I pass, let Rachel participate. But Hong Soon says, we have to it that Kun said, okay, Kun says and otherwise that let me take the administrator's test if you allow Michelle Light to participate. Of course, Hong Soon's really surprised and says, I wonder how you know about the test right now, huh? And you're doing this for a friend, which is really funny and ironic. And of course, Kun says, well, I'm a member of the Kun family. I just want to help out my friend. And Hong Soon says the administrator's test is very difficult and it'll be easier to take the normal test. And we have to it that Rock says, hey, we could beat any test. That's what we are. And we have to it that Hong Soon says, well, your confidence is taller than the tower itself, but there's only one condition though. A major ugly condition you have to understand. In order to the only one who opens the doors towers on their own is only allowed to take the test. In other words, sorry for making it too implicit here and there, we have to that Hong Soon says the only person who's able to take the administrator's test is an irregular. And that really shocked many people, and Bond decides to volunteer because he is an irregular, which shocks everybody else, And we have to it that Hong Soon and Michelle Light escorts Bond to a certain location, and they decide not to go anywhere where it was, And we had to it one of the contestants ask, what's an irregular, to be honest with you. And we had to it that Shibisu explains that irregular is someone who came here on their own instead of being chosen like us, First, they've broken the rules of the towers, and it's said that a great calamity strikes the tower anytime an irregular appears, so we have to it that one of the contestants, which I don't even remember his name, he apparently disagrees and not want to help out Bomb or something, and what has he done for us, And we have to it that Lero Ro decides to give everyone a choice. If you assist Bomb and pass the test, you earn the right to climb the tower by the shortest and quickest route, no matter what. But if you fail and he fails, then you will be branded as irregular accomplices forever, Of course, Hot, on the other hand, who pretty much has a code of respect, says, I'm gonna go help him out, that kind of thing. Eventually, Kun was trying to say, oh, I'm not gonna help him out because he's an irregular. I can't offer him any more assistance. Rock, on the other hand, decides to tackle Kun, even though he's very short, thanks to Hong Soon or something. We have to it that Rock's like, you know what? You could go ahead and live your stinky happy life if you're so scared, okay? And we see to it that that Shibisu knows that Rock and Kun is just keeping up with this bad acting. And Doshi's like, yeah, can you stop it? It's really making me yawn. Even Anak Jihad's like, yeah, even Laror is really asleep right now, kind of thing, So we have to it that everybody decides to help him out despite what can happen next, Of course, Anak Jihad just says are truthful in a certain way, saying, look, I'm not helping him, okay? I just want to get these stupid tests over with and get them done, that kind of thing. And the little girl who has the big sword says, you know what, I'll join in too, that kind of thing. I'm thinking in my mind, oh my gosh, everyone who apparently is in the room right now that Lero Ro gave him the option to help and assist Bond, they decide to him out no matter what. So pretty much Rock's like, well, your third-rate acting has finally paid off. But we have to it that that all they have to await is Bond's results, And Bond ends up being in a certain area where he ends up seeing a big fish's eye or something, or big eye of a monster, and he says, we meet again. And then the episode ends off there. I apologize for the recap being very long. Usually when it comes to Tower of God or something, I usually put my recaps very short, but because of the situation where I want to explain a lot of things in detail, I guess they were very important, From Bomb's conversation with Rachel, Ho's funeral, that that girl who decides to leave the tower and give Shibisu one last gift, along with like Hong Sung is being like whatchamacallit, possibly the puppet controller with the event of what happened with Ho or something. Not to mention Rachel's injuries, you know, that kind of thing. And Lopo, that guy that looks like a sheep, apparently he's one of the Jahad's Rangers and wants to like get the Black March and Green April and eliminate Anak Jahad or something, and etc. Not to mention there's a test for irregulars, etc. And Bomb decides to take that test so Rachel couldn't participate. I don't know what's really bound to happen next, but a lot of people say that the first major arc is coming to an end very soon. So the way how I look at it, dang dude, it looks pretty fast the way how it goes, you know. But I guess it is what it is. I'm not a webtoon. I haven't read this webtoon. I did not read this webtoon. I heard about it multiple times, but never read it. So don't know what's really bound to happen next with Bomb, but it's going to be one hell of a test. And everyone that was in the room towards the end goes like, we're going to help him out, you know? Anak Jahad pretty freaking honest and says, I'm not helping him. I just want to get these stupid tests over with and get the hell out of. Kind of thing. Alright, don't know. Okay, looking forward to the next episode, but one thing for sure, it's coming to a close very soon. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alphas Diddle. Have a good day. And I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot.